Welcome back. Okay, the way we have been doing these transformation sentences, there's one topic, if and unless. Now, it is not a new topic, you've already done it before, right? And this topic is the part of your conditional sentences. Now, I'm sure you know what are conditional clauses, sentences where we have a clause that has got a condition attached to it, right? So these clauses, these sentences are known as conditional sentences. Now see here, I have written a sentence here for you to understand. If he does not listen to his teacher, he will suffer. Now you can understand there's a condition attached to it, that in case he does not listen to his teacher, then of course he will suffer. He will be punished, or there might be a problem for him. So now see, when you change it from if to unless, what the first thing that you have to do is, in place of if, you will put unless. Is that clear? And in that clause, in this part of the sentence where there is unless, you will not put any negative there, right? So you not put any negative. With if, you put, yes, of course you use negative, but with unless, you you don't have to use a negative. So unless he listens to his teacher, this part is clear, he will suffer. So if he is not willing to listen to his teacher, then of course he will suffer. Now understand this, these sentences, they are the conditional sentences. Now please understand again, after the comma part will always remain the same. You don't have to make changes unless and until it is very much required. The rest is how it is. With if, it is easy, you can always use a negative, but with unless, you don't have to use a negative, right? So I'll continue. We have another sentence that I wish to discuss with you. Now see here, we have another sentence. If he does not pay attention, comma, he will not understand anything. Now you have to understand, this is another conditional sentences, conditional sentence. Now see, when you remove if, you will be putting unless here. So the sentence would be, unless he pays attention, he will not understand anything. Now I do get this doubt quite a number of times, that ma'am, we have used unless here, but then why do we have negative here? Now you have to understand, we have two clauses here, right? Two proper clauses in both the sentences. So you just cannot mix it. Unless and negative will not come in the same clause, but you can always use it in the second or the subordinate clause. Now see here, if he does not pay attention, with if, I have used a negative the way I said, and then he will not understand anything is the second or the subordinate clause. We will, after comma, this will not change, it will remain same even if we are using unless or if. Now for unless, it will remain same, he will not understand anything. So maybe there is a negative, but it is in another clause, not in the same clause, not before the comma. So you have to understand this part as well, right? That means you should know about the clauses before coming to this chapter, conditional sentences. Now we have to keep these basic rules in mind. Of course, with if, we can use negative in the same clause or in the subordinate clause. The same goes with unless. We can use we cannot use negative with unless in the same clause, but we can use negative in the another clause, another part of the sentence, while we are copying it from the question. So we could get this way, or we could even get vice versa. So please understand, if there's a sentence which starts with unless and maybe you've got a question, change the above sentence or use if in place of instead. Then you should understand, you'll remove unless, you'll put if, and the moment you use if, of course you'll be using a negative as well, and after the comma part will remain same. So this is how you'll be changing the sentences from if to unless or unless to if. These are known as your conditional sentences, and they are again the part of your transformation of sentences. They're very important. So please, see, I've already made one video. I've already posted one video on conditional sentences. See, just do one thing before starting with the chapter transformation of sentences. Go through all the videos, all the previous videos, to understand all the different topics that you will get under one topic, transformation of sentences. Please, it is very important, right? So this is the last part of it. The rest we have already covered. We have covered now all the topics that you should know under the topic transformation of sentences. Okay, we'll continue with the rest in the next video. Thank you.